One. We are live. Welcome back, people. It's another exciting episode of the Not Your Heroes podcast with me, your host, Callan, and Jax, as always. And today's game of choice in the background is the one, the only, Avowed. This game is awesome. I'm probably going to gush over this game quite a bit for this today because Avowed is just really good. Like, legitimately really good.
Lovely place, as the living lands.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Most people to stay around here if they're looking to settle.
This is the thing I really like about it, though. So it has, like, you know, when you get dialogue, it has like words highlight like living lands and stuff, and envoy and Adra and stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to know what that means, like you just press like that, and there you go.
But it is the safest place in the land.
It gives you like you can just look up what the words, what the lore for those things are. Like quick.
Which is very handy.
Yeah.
Very handy.
Because there's a lot of words that I'm like I've no idea what the fuck he means by saying that because it's meant specific, but it's also because this is apparently set in the same universe as Planescape Torment and the Planescape Tides of Numenera. This is that universe basically, from the
Yeah.
which is kind of neat that Obsidian's gone from making that universe as like a top-down, old school like RPG like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 to here we're going to give you a first-person adventure in that universe.
Well, weirdly enough, what they've done there with the information is something very that Bethesda really should take a look at, because especially all their games are very lore heavy, where you're finding notes and data logs and whatever.
Yeah, I would agree with this.
And especially, and sometimes when you're playing some of the missions, those bits of information are quite important to know because you get answers differently if you actually remember that one piece of lore you read 4,000 pages ago. And it would be nice if they go, oh, actually, click this. This will actually give you a quick piece of information, all the stuff you read about this person so far that might be important to this conversation. Otherwise, you turn around and go, oh, I've never met this person in my life. Oh, wait a minute, I've just read 16 diary entries from them.
Trees, rocks, water,
like
dirt. A few Zarps and bears.
That'd be a good idea.
There we go, Zarps. They're basically kobolds. Yeah, Zarps are reptilian humanoids who settle in the wild parts of Aora. They are known for worshipping creatures larger than themselves, example, dragons. Yeah, so they're kobolds. They're the kobolds of this universe.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, who wouldn't worship a dragon if they were real?
Yeah. Someone would worship them. Some people would want to kill them all for no reason. Well, but wait, that's probably what happened. If they existed, that's probably what would have happened. Okay, as a conversation.
Yeah,
listen, I wanted to talk to you.
I just don't see. It's one of the things that drives me business. I just don't see how, until we got to the point with big ass guns, that you're really taking out a dragon.
Oh yeah.
And I also don't. Yeah, I mean, I know we've got.
I couldn't agree with you.
We've got great ingenuity.
Out here,
as
got
a
to
human
live and let
species, and
live.
taking down some big animals.
Principles are one thing.
I mean,
you can't
but
let them get in the way of basic decency.
a big flying fire-breathing tank, I just don't see it. And I don't think dragons would let us get to the point where we are in our own big
We
tank.
should be safer.
No.
But
Dragons would have all the wealth. Oh wait, dragons would have all the wealth except they'd be cool.
just in case.
I wouldn't. That's the other thing. That people think that'd be cool. They wouldn't. That'd be Jeff Bezos. They just sleep on a massive pile of money.
Okay, we.
Do they do anything with it?
No cleaning manual in my pack.
Oh, what was
Doesn't ring a bell.
I do like dragons.
But I
So, yeah.
suggest reading it when you get
Let's think of healthy
It's
savings.
rude not to read a book given
I wonder. Wait, can you do me a favor? Right now, look up who voices Kai.
Just saying, maybe someone gave you that for a reason. I've noticed that
Okay,
camp
or-
supplies don't
yeah.
generally clean.
Because I've the voice sounds familiar and I have a very strange feeling I know why it sounds familiar.
The wilderness doesn't generally smell like boiled hardtack or peppered lift bug stew.
How is their Kai
Time I
spelled?
burned your favorite
Kai.
trying to bake sweet pie in it. I'm still sorry.
Oh,
and
wait a
I'll
minute.
still get
That
you
is a
later.
very commonly asked
I don't know how
question.
you fit a cleaning manual.
What for this game in Avowed?
Yeah.
Well,
When I literally put in Avowed before even putting Kai,
That was the first thing come up. Whose voice is Kai in Avowed?
you know, if there's something you want to say, you can always talk
yeah,
to
I
me.
cannot get a. Oh, Brandon Keener.
Is he famous for voicing any other characters and anything else? That's what I want to know.
I'm trying to find out. There's weird enough very little I can see straight away.
Thoughts and whispers, feel them rumble beneath.
Oh yeah. By the way, that's my face. Jax in this game.
Oh, 1 second, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm currently. Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah, no. He's got a back catalogue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognise him, but a couple of movies based on a true story. He was in. Oh, that's the TV series. So mostly TV series. Not many, but yeah. So Avowed, Persona 5 Tactics, Sex Lives College Girls, Rookie, Six on Vegas. I'm trying to find games. Hustlers Glow, The Division 2, Red Dead Redemption, just local pedestrians. Advent speaker in XCOM 2.
That'll be where I recognise his voice from then.
Agent Harlan in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Corporal Downey, Peter, and Phil Rowlands in Fallout 4. Multiple settlers in Fallout 4 Tech Workshop. Vault Overseer, Harbour Man, and Synth Refugee in Fallout 4 Far Harbour.
Mm-hmm.
Sully Mathers, Drummer's Boy, Rufus Rubins in Fallout. Additional voices in Guardian, Halo 5 Guardians. Oh yes, I mean his voice is all over very, very popular games. XCOM agent in Bureau XCOM Classified. Oh, you're joking.
What?
He's Garrus in Mass Effect 3.
No wonder I recognise the damn voice. It's like, Garrus! Stop it! I'm half expecting
Yeah,
you
he's
to...
Garrus in all of them. You know what? I swore I knew the name of the guy who played Garrus, but obviously I didn't. Well, yeah, Mass Effect. He's Garrus in the Mass Effect series. Actually, no, screw it. I know where we know him from. Actually, I actually do know where I know him from. If I know from anything, he's Tobias in Saints Row 2, but he's the waiter in Beverly Hills Chihuahua. So obviously that's where we know him from.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Chihuahua. We don't know him as Garrus fucking Vicarian, the man, the myth, the legend that is Garrus Vicarian.
Everyone has spent, anyone who's played that game has spent many hours with that voice.
Could it be true? Wait, we have forgotten.
Oh, and he was in he was a named character in one episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Which episode? Which character?
He is a character called Lance Brooks in season 7, episode 6.
I'm sorry, wait. He was Lance? Jesus Christ.
But yeah, there we go. Very cool.
But yeah, apparently we have Garrus Vicarian in the party. That explains why I like Kai so much. Must be the Garrus. I'm going to turn up. I'm going to adjust the volume in this game. We're going to turn the music down, sadly, because we have to, for copyright reasons.
This is very weird because when we played D&D, I hate characters named Kai. Remember, we had a character called Kai. Actually, a very nice character. I am being facetious.
I know.
Right,
we're gonna lower the volume for them so that I can hear the characters speak a bit more. But I was like, why do I know that voice? Oh, hi, Phantom.
Take him down.
Take us. Oh, okay, that was easier than expected. Oh no! I cast gun.
That's weapon.
Stay down.
Stay down.
I still think my version.
Be your sake!
Don't forget, I mean, to keep people up to date.
Everyone okay?
In our most recent.
So that's
D&D.
Kai. So Kai's Garrus. Marius is, I don't know, Marius's voice doesn't sound familiar to me, which is...
No. Yes, in our most recent D&D episode, we've had a funny campaign in the first 2 episodes, I think.
Oh, what of our new D&D campaign?
Of our new D&D campaign that we have so lovingly created for us.
I always forget there were Pargroom out here before.
In a modern
These
era,
people left
we are
ages ago.
contemporary to today.
Oh yeah.
A wonderful land. And we have new players. Well, one we haven't met yet. One we have. New to the game, but absolutely fantastic. Loves, literally has come in, doing
Traps.
arcade stuff, role playing their character. Absolutely fantastic. They just didn't
Here it
reach the
comes.
part where we said it was modern day, and
The Living Lands is
funny
scattered with old Pargrunan ruins like this.
one.
Good builders and explorers.
Looking for a
Now, the
Serbian
last
bench
of them live in an old keep in Gallowayne's
and
Tusks.
we're sitting in it
This island's never taken kindly to settlers.
after getting off our messages. But yeah, we've got to a fantastic point where I'm a sorcerer, as always. I do love a good sorcerer.
Everybody all right?
But I was given a gun,
Come and
and
get
so
me.
I decided to play the gun as a spell and cast Unmagic Window.
Eckworth and Roth!
That was
Basically what they did.
But yeah, you're a sorcerer. You have magic. I have hammer. But in the we have a sorcerer. We have who's
Take your
got
best
a dagger and whose magical arcane focus in this world is a dagger of all things.
Look behind you.
Only because I wasn't allowed to type all the
Well, we don't have star phases, despite the fact that I have realised, despite it being a modern setting, I have to take into account that D&D has spaceships, meaning that this has a This is not like Faerun is not like entirely our modern equivalent. It technically would encompass the Spelljammer shit.
Which means I can have a type 2 phase.
You can't have a Type 2 phaser.
I want to change my focus.
You can't have a Type 2 phaser.
I mean, how many times have that helped so far?
Probably about the same amount of times as you. Well, I'm assuming I need a new companion to get through that because none of my companions can break that,
Oh,
and I can't apparently. So there's that.
but yeah, no, but we've been having fun. That's part of our one.
Oh yeah, we always have fun in D&D. We always seem to have fun. We seem to have. We have gotten lucky with this campaign. We have a decent group of players in it.
Oh yes, you've always been very lucky at getting good players, so that's just enjoyable.
Yeah, the times I haven't, then unfortunately those people have been kicked out of the group because I unfortunately am not. I'm not a bitch for DM. It's just that I have a strict 3 strikes and you're out policy of. If you don't tell no show 3 times or more 3 times, like not in a row, just in general in 3 times, like 3 separate sessions could be like ages apart that you don't show up. Like I do reset it back to 0 after about I think it's 4 months or something. I agreed with everyone was that I will just kick. I'm just going to kick you because I don't have time to stop sessions or like when I'm not going to know someone's going to be there. If someone tells me in advance they're not going to be there, I'm like, okay, cool. I can work around this. I can make a session specifically for
However many players.
yeah. And it's not to say that you have to give me like advance notice that you're not going to be there. It's if someone literally tells me on the same day, or literally tells me gives me like, oh, so there's an emergency, and goes, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be there. Like, just tells me, and it's not me chasing them. I as I think you know, Jax, I let people off when they do that. It's when I have to chase you to find out why the hell are you not. Why did you not show up?
This one.
Hey, look, come on.
Like, you could be all ready for a game at 5 o'clock.
Let's
by the
see
time
what you
7
got.
arrives, like, crap
Quit
on
moving.
now. Yeah, no, it's
I cast gun, by the way. That's a black bear.
Coming from your right.
Magic missile for the win. Ah, crap.
Another one.
A grip upgrade available. Is it my weapon? My melee weapon? Because please be my melee weapon. I would love to have the better version. Hammer! Bonk! But yeah. But it's subject to talk about the thing that I genuinely want to talk about right now in this game is, should we talk about fantasy RPGs quite recently? And because let's see, we've got Avowed that has just come out like yesterday, was it? It just came out.
Too soon.
I downloaded this on the off Game Pass because I have Game Pass, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this game a try. Let's see how it is, and let's just see if it's any fun. And I will say this: I do not regret downloading this game. Within the first 20 minutes of the game, I walked into the shop after getting some gold from doing like one of the first starting quests and picking up loads of gold, and was able to buy a pistol.
nice. Which is kind of what you want, really.
Which was like, oh, I can get a cheap pistol that's really, it might not be the best, but it's kind of cool. And go, wait a minute, you're giving me a pistol in a fantasy game? That's not normal. Normally, almost every fantasy game I ever play doesn't let me have a pistol.
That's one of the things I really want.
One moment.
A magic shotgun. That's kind of what I liked.
If you travelled weeks to see it, you can wait a few more days.
A really
The
nice,
Temple of Aethys is closed. I don't know why everyone in the living land suddenly wants to see the old kook in there, but it's not happening. Not today, anyway. Probably not tomorrow either. Not with the way they're dawdling.
Since when do you make the rules?
Since I arrived with the big sword.
So you say I need a bigger sword. The Oracle has one. Let me in and I will borrow it.
I'm saying you need to go home because the goddamn temple is closed. The boy made it back to the embassy. I half expected him to kick off on the way there.
Ah, this is that quest I was
He
looking
was
for.
badly injured and grieving his brother's wounds. I say it is good news.
Sure, until the Inquisitor hears he abandoned his men to go crying for his mum.
Mum.
I don't have enough dexterity.
Inquisitor Ludwig.
Oh crap!
You haven't had the pleasure?
I'm not happy. I don't want to deal with this woman.
She's the ambassador's hunting dog, or he's her lapdog. Well, there's something animal about her anyway. She leads the Steel Garrote. They're the enforcers around here. Eyes and ears everywhere.
You understand?
Yada,
Yeah, I've been enjoying the game.
expedition leader, told me it was the Inquisitor who tipped her off to this place.
I'm trying
I
not to
guess
speak
Ludwig
over the
had
conversation.
squeezed the information out of some rebels she was interrogating.
A lot of that going around lately.
The old god
Yeah, that is Garrus.
maintains the
That is
temple.
100%
It's supposed
Garrus.
to
Why
have
did I
some
not
kind of
recognize that
relic
damn voice?
belonging to Aethys.
And given the
Weird.
Steel Garrote's
It-
particular
it's things you
allegiances,
work out, it's
yeah,
very obvious.
okay.
It's like,
I
God
see
damn
the
it, Garrus!
I gotta say, I'm surprised there's still a
Why are
temple
you
to
not
Aethys
sitting
standing
somewhere
after the Saints' War,
war?
but there's no
Why are you a
accounting for
melee
taste.
fighter?
Yeah.
So this issue, you need certain skills at high levels to get, special combos.
You will let her go and not me. I see.
Who said I was letting her go?
I didn't say I went in.
Yes, ma'am.
Just shut up! I don't want to speak to you right now.
The expedition team entered through the cave just past here. They planned for a day's journey, but they've been gone for more than 3. Something must have held them up. Our freak mentioned traps and earthquakes and...
The oracle who maintains the temple is a godlike of Aethys, so there is no telling what he is capable of.
They were carrying a lot of tools and weapons with them, so be on your guard.
Okay.
And Envoy, thanks. I know Offreak will appreciate you looking into this.
I can't be able to speak to this one. I love how the fact that one of the conversation options was literally "Shut up, woman." Just shut up. I'm done speaking to you. You're annoying me at this point. Yes, ma'am. Now speak. Well, I have a gun. I have a hammer. It's hammer time, my friend. But yeah, like I think we discussed it before, but like. Fantasy RPGs are not hard to come by. They're quite common. You get like about several dozen a year. Let's be honest here. But they don't like way amazing. They do well. They'll do decently well, but then they don't like. The buzz for them tends to die quickly.
Yeah.
Like Avowed, I reckon it's gonna get buzzed for a couple of weeks. And then it'll go down. But I reckon it'll do decently well. It's an Obsidian game. It's really fun. Like. The gameplay in this is so fun. Like, the fun thing is I can also do this if I wanted, which is a thing that I didn't realise I could do till later, which is go to this thing and toggle that, apply. I can play this as a third-person RPG if I wanted. You know?
Yeah.
That is a plus in my book.
That spear looks adherent, all right. Guess we're on the right track.
Didn't even have time to finish their puzzle. Whatever they were looking for.
But I will say I prefer it in first person. I don't know if there's a button to toggle between the two. I actually haven't had a look yet. But let's have a look actually. Is there a button? Oh, it's you.
It's just treasure.
Oh no.
Be your sake!
That's it. Door's open.
Oh no, a skeleton fighter. He's fighting skeletons.
Who woke up the sleeping skeleton?
I did, with a hammer.
The best way to back up a skeleton.
Now we know why the expedition team abandoned that puzzle.
Nice job, everyone.
Oh. I got a bear claw. I will not read that. Not for now. I'll read that later. I like that most of the books you read get added to your journal, which means that you can read them later. Which is something I like, because I like being able to read things. Like if I was playing this not on stream right now, I would probably just sit there and read that for a good 10 minutes before. Read that through. Okay. Common spear, one-handed melee. Take it. But yeah, like we've said it before. It's like EA is blaming the failure of Veilguard on the fact that it wasn't a live service game. That's what people want. It's like, no, that's not what people want. I'm sorry, but how can you say that that's what people want when the only other live service game that came out, like properly live service, that's coming out in the last 2 years, like from a AAA studio, failed spectacularly. Like at the same time, because it's been closed down barely a month after it's been out. And Suicide Squad has failed technically because it's been closed. All the content was cancelled after the year. They were just releasing what they'd had done.
Yeah, live service games are not the way forward, and they've proved that. Yeah.
Gods.
Problem is
Never
that
seen
the
anything
ones
like
people
it.
Really
Views like this remind me why I came to the Living Lands in the first place.
And you will get one out of every 100 that's made that might pick up some steam.
Yeah.
That then may become something fantastic. But for the most part, that's not
what the majority of what people want. What people want is single player games that are fun, good, and if they want single player games, they'll play them. If they're good, if they're fun, and if they're the thing with, I think we both agree the reason Veilguard failed is one reason it came out 5 years too late.
Yeah, at least 5 years too late. That game should have been out a long time ago.
That, and also, I will say this, the fact that its name was changed barely a year before release from Dragon Age Dreadwolf to Dragon Age The Veilguard was also a... they've announced the 5th game already? No, that's the 4th game. They just renamed it. Wait, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like...
So there was so many issues with what they did.
And for me, the game is really fun. I will not bemoan or say, "Oh, Veilguard's shit," because blah 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 blah. Because Tash is a terrible character because they're non-binary and blah 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 blah. And it's like, and the infamous scene that people like to tout as the reason the game failed of that are lovely people that ran it. Let's be honest, just ran a hate campaign against it because it had things in it that they don't understand or like.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you're right.
they take the other thing is those people also take offence to when people say, "Look, if it's not for you, then don't buy it." And they take offence to it, like, "Oh, you tell me what I can and can't buy." No. They're just telling you to not do what normal people do when they don't like something.
Here's the thing.
They just ignore it.
I'm 100% with you because because I'm kind of the same. I'm of that opinion. Especially when it comes to things like comedy and movies and any kind of entertainment. If you know what something is and you go into it,
Blood and a broken tripwire. Maybe Off-Rig Squad passed through
your
here.
problem, not the problem of the person making something. You chose to go and watch something that you're upset.
Yeah,
which I think is very different from someone broadcasting themselves out on a public.
Look at that. That
statue.
How did anyone build that all the way down here?
But then, when those things do happen, and someone...
No one knew that was down here.
My jewels,
don't like it so much.
searing light.
But when it comes to their games that they want to play, they're completely the opposite of that. They get offended by exactly the same sentiment. And I do find that very fucking weird.
What I also find weird, right, is, example, big game came out 2 years ago now, is it? Or 3 years ago now? I can't remember how long old Baldur's Gate 3 actually is now. But I think it's 2 years old now, officially, from the proper, 1.0 release, if you know what I mean. But, game, before it was out, before it was, became the runaway success it was, the same people were spouting Baldur's Gate is woke. It's go woke, go broke. It's going to fail because it's such a woke game. And then the minute it sold so many copies, they shut the fuck up because of the fact that, and then they changed their mind. It's no, we like it if it's good storytelling, and it's only because this game that failed is bad storytelling, and this game that fails, it's clearly that. And I'm like, no, get it right. The reason you don't have any principles to stand on, the only reason you're not calling Baldur's Gate 3 woke anymore is simply because when you were calling it that before is because, unfortunately, it doesn't fit your narrative of go woke, go broke. And it's like, Baldur's Gate 3, good game, does Baldur's Gate 3 does all the exact same stuff that Veilguard has. And people go, "Oh, it's shoving everything in your face." I'm like, it doesn't. There is not a single scene in Veilguard where the game straight up goes and shoves it in your face. You have to go out of your way to get those scenes. You know what I mean?
Honestly, here's the thing. I know I don't play games like I used to, but I've never, of any of the games
Zarps
I've
ahead.
played, not no one,
Just going around.
no point if I
We can fight if you're feeling itchy.
an agenda pushed into my face.
No.
Here they come. You're mine now.
And I think the only game that really can say that maybe something like that is that isn't already part of a single as a story narrative. You're playing. I'm not talking about a game where it is you're playing from A to B. I'm talking about games like the one you're playing, or Starfield, or Skyrim, or Vanguard, whatever, where you have companions that you hang with. The only time I could say that things like that are pushed in your face is when you become friendly with your companions, you get the chance to flirt with them. Now, I only say that is the only thing I can say that is in your face because it happens but it happens to all your companions, and you choose whether or not to do it.
Oh yeah.
But that is the only, and even then, it is the most mild bullshit that I can just think of.
That's what I mean. It's like you're on about the romance with companions, aren't you? Basically.
Yeah, it's not a real problem. And do you know what? If you don't want to do that version of side quests, you don't have to.
You can ignore it. You can straight up just you can straight up in most of these games just play these games and be completely platonic with your entire team. Yeah. Like it's like.
And if you don't want the best fucking ending, where you're screwing every single member of your crew and walking away with a Max Daddy, then yeah, you can play the game like that. But in my opinion, you get to the point where you're playing them all on a Tuesday, and at the end, when you go to the final battle, everyone's fucking happy with you, and they start making good decisions. All in bad.
Oh no, it's in regards to it. It's like the thing with Veilguard is they always go, oh, it's Tash's story. It's just I can completely agree with sometimes the writing in Veilguard is nowhere near isn't as amazing as Inquisition and Inquisition. And the reason I say Inquisition because as much as people tout up, oh, Origins is the best one in the series, it's got the best writing, and I'm like, I think you know my opinion on going back and playing Origins, and my brain went to like, I tried to play that game again, and I was like speaking to Alistair, and my brain immediately went, I want to punch you in the face, shut up. And Alistair used to be like my favourite character.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't stand him, and like, and it's nothing to do with like the voice actor or anything to do like, because I've never heard anything bad about the voice actor. It's just I really just can't stand the character anymore for some reason, and I don't know why.
That was just, I mean, me and you had a conversation. I just started playing that game, Origins, right around the same time, with the Independent. And although I didn't have an issue with Alistair, the way being older and replaying the games, especially certain things, and especially playing the other games, you really do take a different aspect of who these people are. It's quite interesting, because especially last time I played, especially hardcore, it was really sort of the big time that all those characters were set in my mind. But I'd make a few changes to try and change who those characters were, because of the way that they interacted with them. It was quite interesting. I didn't like how many people that were hanging around. It was very strange, and that was all down to my own changes and decisions.
Hold it together, kid. We're nearly there.
Enough, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's because we're a bit more like older, and our opinions and stuff, what we find annoying and don't find annoying, has changed.
You're not my brother.
And stuff, and it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, yeah, previously I used to love this character, now I really just want to punch Alistair in the face, I don't like him anymore, and it's kind of annoying because he used to be the funny haha lol character that I used to love, because he'd say stupid shit in the thing, or him and Morrigan interacting with each other was hilarious to me. You know what I mean? But now I'm just like, I really want you to shut up, and I didn't take him in my party. I'd normally have him as my warrior. I was taking Sten when I was trying to replay it, and I'm like, I don't even like Sten's character. Sten is boring, but I was taking him purely because then I had a warrior in the party to tank, because I was playing a mage. So, well, it's because unfortunately in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, I can't play the warrior class, like, or the rogue, because I find them too, thingy to play. Yet in Inquisition, I'm happy to play a warrior, and I'm happy to play like a rogue in those two. And in Veilguard, I'm happy to play all three classes. You know what I mean? Same as Inquisition. And the storyline, the writing in Inquisition is amazing compared to, in my opinion, Origins. But that's my thing in the franchise. Like, Inquisition isn't even the first game I played. It was I played from the start. And I go back and play Origins and Dragon Age 2, and I'm like, I don't actually like the stories of these games anymore, but I can see where they're all connected. But replaying Origins after playing Veilguard made me appreciate so many subtle hints that had been in the franchise since the first game. That people one thing when I always laugh is people going, oh, Veilguard breaks the law and all this, and I'm like, go and play the old games now that you've played Veilguard, and like you actually listened to absorb the lore instead of just wanting to hate the game for no reason. Because some people I think played that game because it's not that they're critical of it; it's that they're basically constantly going, "Oh, this is shit," and like all the lore was broken. And then when you ask them what was broken, it's usually like because this isn't like it was told to us was in this, and I'm like. Did you play Inquisition? Because Dorian straight up tells you the Tevinter Imperium is nothing like what the Ferelden's describe it.
Yeah.
It's like...
the few bits of lore we have had from people that were actually from the other place
I got
have
to be
told
dreaming.
Us what the hell
God.
what we're being told.
Am I dead?
Isn't quite true.
Is this the Beyond Spirit? Have you come to take me
That
to
kind of
go
makes
inside?
sense. No.
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone.
But,
I think we can help him.
People like to be angry about it.
Oh yeah,
video games.
Video games, movies, anything. Apparently anything. It's fun to hate on things now because it's hates.
Not with that. No. Oh, you mean?
Well, there was
I've got stick prickle
someone
bomb for
in
the
my
pain,
house.
but other than that, not much else I can do.
Hasbro are
Sorry,
releasing the
I'm
Legend
all out of
series
potions.
of
Don't know
Marvel
any healing
toys
magic either.
with a classic.
He had to
looking-
learn some magic.
So there's a character
Only
that's
the kind that
technically half
explodes.
owned by Marvel, half owned by Hasbro.
I don't want to explode.
It's called Rob.
Please help me.
I love the character. No one knows who he is. No one cares. But because the deal is with those two, one of the characters in it will be Rob. And someone was losing their nuts over this crap character they never heard of, no one cares about. And I was like, do you know who Rom is? And I was like, no. And I was, why are you saying? Why do you think it's a crap character because you've never heard of it?
Yeah,
It's actually a very good character.
Well, it's like they go Krem was better done in Krem was a better done trans representation because no one realised Krem was a trans character until like years later.
God, that's wretched.
But I'm like,
Sure, you're not trying to kill me.
I'm like,
God,
no, I'm like,
calm
I'm realising the reason why they say
wound's already
Krem was a better. Why are these
See,
people that try and tout out
we'll be
Krem
back
as
on
the
your feet
better
in no
character?
Oh,
Because Krem doesn't address it at all.
Better. I thought for sure you were coming
No,
to take me
Krem doesn't
back to
address
the
it.
wheel.
It's not Krem
Who
that
are
basically
you?
tells you it. It's
What are
Iron
you
Bull
doing
that
down
tells you
here?
it. When you're asking Iron Bull about stuff, and he's the one that says that when you realise that Krem's a woman, Krem is was born a woman. Your character goes, yeah, but isn't she? And he just no, he. There's nothing else about it. It's Iron Bull that says it. It's not Krem. Like you never ask Krem about it all, and it's because I think that's why, because their version of good representation, the people that get angry about this shit is when they never tell us anything about it, or they don't make me have to think about it all, other than the fact that, or I can just ignore it because it's not said, and like doesn't make Tash bad representation. Tash is just it's one of not the first one of like the. It's like a non-binary character in a game that is part of your party, and it's this person that's very clearly trying to cope, discover themselves, when their entire life they've been told by their parent constantly that you are this, you are that, you are this, you will do this, basically, and never had their own agency. And it's the first time they've had agency and people listening to what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the whole scene where they chat away like, oh, so I'm non-binary, right? That scene is at the end of the story before their final mission. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally them speaking to them, coming out to their parent after you, the player character, has encouraged them to do it. You know what I mean? And it's Tash just coming out and going, just saying it because it's so that it gets out in there and it's done, and then they can move past the conversation because that's the way that Tash thinks that it's the best way to move past it. And it's like people, oh, it's so unnatural dialogue. No one ever says, I'm like, I've literally been with people that have said this and done this shit.
It's just not realistic in your limits.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you have to just straight up go, I'm just this, because if you it gets it out in the open and it's straight up, I'll now take any questions. Cool, done.
We'll come back for you once
You know what I mean?
the relic had been honest.
Bullshit.
Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me.
But also the other scene where the do a burl scene is a joke scene where it's so that we don't draw attention to ourselves, where Isabella's straight up drawing attention to herself by just doing a burl in the middle of it and making all eyes on her. As per Isabella's character trait of, I want everyone to look at me at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally the joke on Isabella's character of this is what she's like. She likes everyone to look at her.
He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
But
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow.
we've gone off topic from what we're doing. But in regards to fantasy games, what I was going to say is that I think you're right in the fact that there's a lot of them come out and it takes a lot to stand out, that we hear about them for like a month or two after they've released and then they disappear. Oh my god, I could go.
Right, yeah. You got those assholes saving everything.
It's kind of a bit of an issue.
Off than I was.
Yeah.
Especially because it seems to be a big thing where they just want to keep making more of these movies, games. But there isn't a want for what they're doing currently. For any real.
Like, I think this one
needs to happen.
Yeah. There's a lot, like, this is a first-person, like, it's Skyrim-esque one, I'm not going to lie, it's a Skyrim-esque, like, first-person action RPG. But you know what made me immediately go, and I think I said it to you earlier, when I first, like, screenshot of this game while I was playing it the first time, yesterday? The thing that made me immediately go, this game is awesome, I spent 20 minutes in the game and I have a gun. Like, I can't think of other games set with, like, sword, sorcery, magic, that are like this style combat, right? That let me have a gun within the first 5 minutes of the game. A lot of them, it's like, if you get the guns, if they've got guns in them, it's usually you don't get magic spells and stuff. It's, more of a, you know what I mean? It's more of a grounded one where humans don't have magic and the magical creatures are just like, the stuff that, inhabits the world alongside them, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like just monsters. It's like, oh, okay. But this game went, you know what? You can have a spell. You can have in your left hand, here's a spell book that you can summon, like, you've got a bunch of spells you can cast from it. And in your right hand, here's a pistol.
Like a good kid. Glad we could give him a hand.
Because
maybe one of Juliana's girls will too.
And also, the more I hear Kai speak, the more I know that is Garrus, and I'm like, for God's sake now.
At least we gave him a fighting chance.
Like I say, there are certain voices.
The kid said the expedition team went deep looking for the Oracle.
You're not going to hear it.
I imagine the Oracle has something to do with that creepy statue or something.
I'm just expecting him to suddenly tell me he's going to go calibrate something. No, this game has no... You know about romance, bro? This game apparently has no romances. Obsidian was like, nope, we're not going to put romance in your companions in the game. Because we don't want you to have it. Because we don't want to spend time in it, and we don't really want to do an awkward, like, first-person sex scene, etc.
Oh, no, you don't.
Which I don't blame them. I don't mind if they don't want to do it. It's their game. They want. But some people are apparently complaining about that when there's a bit of the romance being. At most in this is like casual flirting, apparently.
Another thing about all this is that, especially
Fireball.
Going back to the thing that we probably said we probably diverted back again to, is that I think a lot of the reason why people complain about these characters and what they do and different aspects of characters it's because they're worried that they're not going to fancy them, or they shouldn't fancy them anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, I think there's a saying that I've recently found that makes me realise that a lot of the people that rally against these sort of representation, even when it's whether it's done good or bad, if you know what I mean.
You might be on the right track.
Well,
a lot of people that go, that complain about this stuff, that it's equality looks a lot like oppression from the position of privilege. In other words, yeah. It's basically, it's not that they're being oppressed, it's that they think they are because people that are other than them are now being, because you're so used to seeing yourself represented in media and everything, as for example, like they're so used to seeing themselves and people like them represented in media that they can straight up relate to, because he's like me, that they're now seeing more people represented that don't look exactly like them, but other people are being represented. Suddenly they're like, what's happening? Am I being oppressed? No. What's happening is that it's more other people are getting a slice of the pie, and the pie is now being evenly shared. If that makes sense?
Yeah. Oh, completely. I mean,
My sister.
weirdly enough, that's one of the reasons.
Come.
I completely
It has
agree
been
with you
too
on that.
long.
I
I had feared I
think
was the
things
last
that
of
should
us.
happen.
But you...
Especially when it
the
comes
very
to
sight
certain
of you is
shows
a
and
balm for
things
the soul.
and
I
certain
am
media,
the Oracle
I think it's
Sargeras,
important to make new
servant
characters
of the
that are
once
really
shining
good
god.
instead of making
He
new
whose
characters that
light
are
has
half-assed.
lately dimmed.
No one really liking them.
What
For any
brings you to
particular
this
reason,
sacred
just done
space?
badly, and then you shoehorn in an existing character. Well, but then in certain cases, like, I mean, we've had this conversation before.
Then Sargeras
Other
spoke,
than the fact that in the first
and his
series
voice
it was
swept
really
forth with the heat and
happen.
force of the bright day's
Is any of
sun.
us going to argue about
Weep
Sandra
not,
being
for the
Starbuck?
child of light has forgiveness even for you.
Best casting
If
ever
you
once they
will
decided to
embrace
get past
him.
that weird
I
relationship
am
thing
that
that they
same
decided to set up.
Sargeras. Though it has
the only
been
time I
some
did have
time since a man has knelt
an
before
issue
me and begged absolution, as
with
Honka
Doctor
did.
Who.
The
And the sole
people
reason
do
for
not
that was
hold
not
to the
because,
gods any longer,
it's a woman, hate women,
and they do not
it's
hold
actually
to their
because
servants.
when you look,
We
Doctor
live
Who is
in
one
a
of
time of
very
disbelief.
few genuinely
The gods
good
are absent,
now role models
and have
in
recalled
media
their gifts from the
that
world.
isn't violence.
Avarice reigns.
Violence isn't his
Acquisition is the faith to which
and
all men
he's not a
bow.
womanizer. He's not,
But
all
perhaps there is hope.
a couple of things going on.
You have
it's
read the book of verses,
just a
and we are
straight
here
good
together,
character. Bit of darkness,
if only
yeah,
briefly.
obviously you need that for everything, but generally just a good, kind role model, which I just don't think dudes have anymore, especially young dudes.
In this moment, we are not entirely
Sport players are
alone.
not role models.
I am as you are, if you will forgive me saying so. I am even before the vanishing of that, and
Yeah,
I have
that's my
never
rant.
seen a member of the Lord of the Hunt's coterie whose visage
But in saying
resembles
that-
yours.
Actually, no, I hated the Ghostbusters as well. That was the worst ever. And that was just done out.
Of course, I should not have assumed.
Yeah, it's a fair.
I have had the great privilege to
It's
speak
a
with
racist-
thousands
well,
of
I
our
mean, I'm not
kind
watching
during my
that
long
with-
life,
She's actually
and
quite a
you
racist
do
woman.
not resemble a
I
single
He was
one
a
of
big
them.
fan of Leslie Jones.
But
I
if
don't
not
understand
Galloway,
why she did this.
I
This
cannot
thing.
imagine
There's
who
no- still
else among the
appreciate-
Pantheon might have blessed you.
I don't know.
My relationship with my
Rewatch
Lord
it, and if
has
you ever think about it,
oftentimes
if you
been the
ever
one
rewatch it,
succor
then
through
there's a
difficult
couple of things
seasons
that
of
are
my
very
life.
Tom and Jerry.
I,
Back in 19
may I
important.
ask,
And
as a
you'd be like,
God's child,
why did she agree to do that?
it is difficult to...
Right.
Yeah,
I am familiar
Let's
with
get
these
some
rules,
back.
and this trip, do you know?
but Starbucks.
It's a reason. You must understand. Well, age has me. They could have already in any... I suppose it was too much, truly. The splinter of
one
Aethys
I mean,
is
I
it
know
was
we've been
carved
talking about
from
these
his
two characters that
skeleton
we've
many
got going on
centuries ago. The splinter is in...
I mean,
It rests in
you've got
the path to
Goldberg
although
from early 90s
Right.
wrestling there.
you see, this
And your
construction
character
beside
just
us is
looking
no
like
mere
nothing.
statue. It is nearly
Brilliant.
complete and ready for the... Return it to me.
I might have
may
doing this
light
conversation quickly
illume-
because I can't stand his voice. His voice was annoying me. I was like, I'm just going to do this quicker.
This will end soon.
But yeah, fantasy RPGs have not been very much. I've been like, we're getting some good ones. Like, don't get me wrong, Dragon's Dogma 2 came out last year. I've absolutely adored Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah, it's not that they've been bad at all. It's not that they've been bad.
I think the problem is that all the ones that have come out, I'm going to be honest, right? All the ones that have come out, Baldur's Gate 3, Dragon's Dogma 2, this game, Veilguard, in my opinion, right, have technically all been really decent games, and that have been really good games, and that's the problem. Because they're all really good, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
None of them
The other issue,
are...
there is another issue, is that they're not only are they all good games, they're all sequels of, not all of them, but a majority of them have been sequels of very popular franchise games.
Yeah. Like Dragon's Dogma 2, I was shocked for them to announce the sequel to that game like 10 plus years after it had, come out, the first one, because we never thought we were going to get one, because Capcom just radio silent on it, and I was like, we're finally getting a sequel, and the best, and I was like so happy because I genuinely love Dragon's Dogma. The first one was so fun because it's such a fun idea of, we're going to take this one mechanic from like the Shadow Colossus style games, where you climb up to stop at bad guys and stuff. You can climb them and stab them in like vital areas and bits. But we're going to give you an action RPG, and then we're going to give you companions, and you make your own player character and your companion character. You design your like main companion. You know what I mean? And then, and not just that, but like it's the fact the game's just fun, like generally fun. Like the enemy design's really fun. My main sadness in the second game is there's no Hydra. That made me sad because that's my favourite fucking boss in the first game.
Leave those be.
But my point is that what they managed to do was get a very large contingent, a large enough contingent of their old school fans coming back to these, and one or two people, not one or two, a few people that weren't. And then that's it. After that, they weren't going to get any more, and that's quite a sad thing. And then it's almost like there wasn't even any publicity to try and get more people, which was even weirder. Because publicity stopped after the games were out, it seemed. There was almost like no arguing to get new people.
Oh no. But then, like, for example, Veilguard was so different from the way Inquisition played. It's an action RPG over a party-based RPG, and I will fully agree with Let. I have no problem with anyone who's like, I didn't want to play it because I don't like action RPGs, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine, it's fair. He's like, I don't want to play it because it's not my style anymore. It's like, yeah, that's fine. I have no qualms with anyone who didn't like Veilguard for reasons that make sense, if you get, in my opinion, if you know what I mean.
And that is a very good reason. I mean, especially if you've been playing these games for a very long time, like over a quarter of many decades, you kind of expected a certain game, and if they're going to switch it out on you completely, then it's not the game. Like it's just a different game with an old name.
I think worth and wrath.
Best way to describe it is if you've ever watched any of the Cloverfield trilogy. None of them are connected at all to each other by bar the name.
Well, technically, the one on the Cloverfield Paradox does connect to the first film finally.
No, it turns out here's the thing. This is the problem with Cloverfield as a franchise. You've got one group of people that you've got one person that is the guy who produces it, which is what's his name now? He's done loads of things. He did the first of the Star Wars trilogy. Abrams. You've got him, and then you've got whoever's written the script. And unfortunately, those two people don't always agree. Hey, over here! And so the law around it is so basically, J.J. Abrams it's not only a different agent, hence that, and vice versa.
Oh yeah, but it's like, no, it's not about the fact that Cloverfield storylines are loosely connected to each other, like, because the end of the third film has them basically get eaten by the fucking giant clover monster that appears out of the fucking clouds.
Yeah, I mean, and that was. Do you actually know what? Do you know what they? This is an interesting one. Do you know how those films are made? Barring the first one, which was what it was. Yeah, do you know how the other sequels come about for Cloverfield films? Do you know? Sorry, do you know what a prospective script is?
Not exactly off the top of my head.
Right, okay, so a prospective script is a script written by someone, me, you, anyone, and you actually give that script, you don't sell it, give it away to a movie studio or a director on the proviso that if they use it in any manner, you get a writing credit or some money, a kickback. And yes, so the two sequels to Cloverfield are both prospective scripts. One was called The Basement, which we now know as 10 Cloverfield Lane, in which some guy has been kidnapping young women and keeping them in his bunker, telling them that there is a global pandemic going on above. And that was the original script, and they basically changed the script around it, and you get Cloverfield. The other one, the Cloverfield Paradox, was another movie called, originally was a script called Singularity Paradox, Singularity something, and which once again they're trying to recreate a way of
another glorious battle,
creating an infinite power supply for planet Earth, but unfortunately they get transported to an alternate reality in which one of their ships has already smashed down on the planet and caused a massive amount of destruction. Only they now need to go down there and get parts to fix their new ship to get them back home. While weird shit starts happening on their ship due to the reality crossover. And and that's why once again they just add the name Cloverfield and some little references to companies that within the same reality, and that's it. You get a Cloverfield.
And the thing that crashes in the beginning, and basically the references is that the space station crashes is the space station that crashes, the satellite that crashes in the first fucking movie. Like, you know, when they're in the scene when they're at the beach, and you see something crash in the background.
Look, that is now officially the crashing space station. Kind of in one of the realities. The reality of the actual first Cloverfield film itself, it is still, I think it's called Tiger One, which is a
excuse me,
which is a satellite-based. It is a space station, but in particular is for some sort of scanning system. The backstory around Cloverfield. Oh man, I could talk about this.
If it weren't for the creepy,
I think we should skip it so we rather than
nice.
You know what I mean. Rather than, because otherwise we'll not talk about anything else this entire show today. I think we should have a Cloverfield show. We should have a Cloverfield show.
I mean, we kind of should, only because the Cloverfield monster and all of that stuff and everything around it is actually weirder because there is also an alien. No. Oh yeah. Oh no. Once again, the monster stuff that you see is weird up until you realise that there is a whole backstory about a drinks company that found some sort of mushroom type substance under the ocean that makes a really fantastic drink. It's incredibly addictive. Like seaweed, it's not mushroom, it's seaweed. And there is a woman in one of the parties. You see her, and she's looking really rough and sweating the same stuff. If you don't know the backstory, her friend sent her some of the seaweed, and she's beautiful. But that's where the monster from Cloverfield first appears from in the thing. Oh yes, that's underneath where they are mining to get that seed. That whole oil rig that comes up is actually a pumping station. So it's mental.
Oh yeah, there's also some necklace shit.
There's whole games, a whole ARG series of games based around all of it.
Don't even know. What the? Okay. But yeah, Cloverfield is just one of those. I like the sort of movies. It's like I like those sort of films. Like I like those sort of movies that don't explain everything. I like, you know what I mean?
Here we go.
Yeah, no, I like it.
My issue I have, it's like with a lot of people go, oh, I want them. Why is the movie not explained everything in it? And I'm like, because if you explain everything, I'm sorry, but it makes a movie. I'm sorry, but bad movies explain everything.
Yeah. It's one of the most crucial things in a film, I think, and it's show don't tell. If you can't show me it in the film itself, you have to sit and explain it to me. You've done your job wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point of it in regards to it.
Well, that's why good directors and good screenographers and those sort of things are important.
Because like,
otherwise you just get crappy film.
A crappy film shows you everything. A crappy film tells you everything. A good film leaves you guessing.
Yeah. Good eyes. And gives you everything you need. I mean, look at a great example is Back to the Future. Once you finish, especially that first film, you don't really need you haven't really got any questions to be answered, except for with the final scene they added where it's like, oh, this is. But other than that, you've got everything going on. They show you everything he's done. Another good example is Superman, the first Superman film, Christopher Reeve. Instead of saying flies like a bird, barking feeding bullet, they show him doing all those things. And then you go, yeah, I mean everyone knows the day, especially at that point. But once again, they show you it. They're not telling you it. Yeah. That's what big rambles.
The way out must have flooded during that earthquake. Plastic.
You're very
well. Better a flood than a cave-in.
But yeah, I get you by show don't tell, because it's the difference. Is like if I show you it by having it happen naturally during the story and having characters make reference to it during the story in like a natural way, it makes sense. Versus, hi guys, my name is Superman and I'm the best hero in the world and I do all this best amazing stuff.
Oh, I heard you could do it. You can faster than a train. Yeah.
Instead, it's no. He's fast. How we know he's faster than a train? There's literally a train running by, just in the background on the scene, and he's flying straight past it.
Yeah.
Like
that's his job right there and then.
Yeah. It's not. Oh my god, he's faster than a train, guys. It's no. Oh look, you can see he's faster than a train. Why? Because he just flew past the train.
Yeah, exactly.
And therein lies the issue with showing. Therein lies the thing. This is the issue. It's like it's why we call it exposition in a film, where they start telling you basic shit. And in my opinion, it's one of those parts of movies that isn't actually that. It's fine in a video game to have exposition, in my opinion, because in a video game that you interact with them differently. And there are bits where you can miss the context clues because you're like I am right now. Example in this game, I'm looking around for loot.
I mean, done right. There's nothing wrong with it. It's in all fairness, you kind of need a bit of exposition every now and again. But that's kind of the other side of it. It's not always done. It's not always done right. It's normally just one big dump.
Yeah.
Give you all this really now, and then so we don't have to worry about it later on. And that's never the best way. If you've ever watched, if anyone's ever sat down and watched, sat down and tried to watch Rebel Moon, in between the slow motion, there is loads and loads of these big dialogue dumps of everything that's going on, and you think, well, you could have showed me all this. You could have showed me this in the last 3 hours. Instead, you're waiting for a second where no fighting's going on to give me an entire backstory of a race of people. Why?
We found the expedition.
Yeah.
Looks like they've only been dead a few hours.
It's one of those things, though. It's like
they didn't come the same.
It's like in Veilguard. A lot of the exposition in that is very much.
Look.
Is
no way these people died of natural causes.
It is lore dump quests, but it's not lore dump quests of here's everything at once. It's like you found the statue. Here's this little bit of dump, and then here's your characters discussing what's just been. You know, your characters having a chat about what's just happened. You know what I mean? And they're going, oh, okay, so we're having a chat about, you know, the fact that we just found out this thing. Do you care if I spoil things anymore, Jax, in regards to it? No. So, like, example, the thing if we find out that the original elves, the first elves, were spirits that gave themselves, you know, mortal bodies and, you know, physical bodies by using, you know, lyrium to create the bodies, which turns out lyrium is Titan blood. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And then you're having the character discuss it, and then when they find out what the blight actually was, and it's like, oh shit, the elves committed the greatest war crime against the dwarfs.
As they should.
Because the elves basically, because the blight is the maddening dreams of the Titans. Like, it's the Titans stripped of all their dreams, so, you know, they basically died instantly, like their mind and soul and everything. And corrupted with just pure rage. The blight is rage, is their rage. And that's why it was trapped. It was, and also that we found out the blight in the world of, you know, in Ferelden, in the world of, you know, Thedas, isn't even the full power of the blight. It's only a little bit of the blight. Because the majority of it is still trapped inside the prison. And that the Golden City is not real. The Golden City is the prison that Solus created to trap the elven gods. But you don't find those out instantly at the same time. You find out one bit of that information. You know, when you find one of the statues, you put it on the, you know, the pedestal that, you know, for the quest that it's linked to. And then, you know, you get this little, like, you know, a scene, which is like a scene from the past, if you know, of Solus talking to someone else. It's like the regrets of Solus, like his, you know, all of his regrets that led him up to, you know, who he is. Because it's because he can't let go of his regrets. That's the problem. But it's like you see how Solus was a spirit. He's just a spirit of knowledge. Like, that's why he's so, like, you know what he is. Knowledge is so easily twisted into pride. That's why he says that in the third game, because he is a knowledge spirit that was twisted into his pride, and you can see how by the horrible things he had to do to end the war between the elves and the Titans and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like oh shit, this is realizing what happened. Yeah. Like, people go, oh, it's not dark, because the reason they say it's not dark is because you don't see the blood on your character anymore after a fight, and I'm like, I kind of get why they've done away with that, because
you need to get out more, Marius.
I think, unfortunately, a lot of people forget Veilguard itself was made, like the actual game itself that we got, was made in about 2 years.
Couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Avis.
Because EA
right?
made them restart the game like 3 times.
There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Ukaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows
hell of
the
a lot,
truth,
right?
or perhaps he's just as lost as we are.
And then they complain.
Aethys is a dangerous
they
guy
wasted loads of money.
associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands.
It's their own fault
of
in this
people
case of this, and
Deadfire.
it's like, I enjoyed
Now,
Veilguard
we
for what it
have
was,
a
good
piece
game.
of them.
I enjoyed Baldur's
We're
Gate
about
3
to
for what
face
it
a
was. Good
maniac
game. It took me
who
a
wants
year
it desperately.
and a half to finish Baldur's
Tread
Gate 3, because every time I
carefully.
started it, I was like, I want to make a new character and just do, do a different class and, race combo.
Yes. I mean, that was always my fun with the Dragon Age Origin, is the sheer number of different combinations you can have with characters and start points. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That really was one of the key things for me, actually.
It was. It's one of those things about Origins, like I like, unlike Origins, Veilguard doesn't have the whole, it doesn't have in it the whole, oh yeah, I am, my origin gives me a different origin story. You always do the same, origin quest at the start of the game. Mm-hmm. But your origin gives you, like, a different bonus against certain enemies, a different surname.
Why does he build the idol in this place?
Excuse me. And I shot off the bonus arrows, but it gives you like some special conversation interactions during the game. And yeah, I get some people complaining that in Veilguard you can't be a dick, you can't be, why in Inquisition could I be a dick? And I'm like, and actually playing it, I'm kind of realizing why Rook isn't a dick. Why Rook is like is more unlike the other characters, is a goody two shoes, like compared to the others. Because I feel from the description of Rook and the way that they're like described is Rook is not a child, but Rook is like basically kind of naive and quite young still. Mm-hmm. From like the way you interact with the faction your character comes from, for example, yeah. But also it's like Rook was specifically picked by Varric at the start of the game to straight up be, this is the person I want. That if something happens to me, I want them to lead the team. You know what I mean? I know they can get this done, and I know that they're a good So they're kind of just like Rook has been picked because they've been picked for this job. They've been hired for this job. Whereas if you remember,
literally the oldest living character in the franchise. Well,
yeah,
not the oldest living character, the oldest character in the franchise. The longest running character in the franchise.
Yeah. Whereas, for example, the Grey Warden, you weren't like recruited into it and like given this whole big speech and grandiose speech about you're going to be a hero and everything. It was, yeah, you can't. It was like, for example, the Mage Origin. Yeah, we're going to have to tranquil you or put you in the prison because you've helped a blood mage. And Duncan saving your life, or the noble one for the human noble. Oh yeah, your family just got murdered. You're the last of your line. Because this rival family attacked you and took your family out.
Yeah. There was a few more fun ones I would have said in the.
Or the dwarven. The dwarven
had some of the more fun.
Oh, the dwarven has some of the best ones, I think. The dwarven. Not commoner, but the dwarven, thingy one. What's it called? The dwarven. The dwarven. Well, the exiled. The dwarven noble one, where you are literally one of the 3 sons of the king, or children of the king, and it's like, where when you come back, because that adds even more stuff to that quest about picking the king, because you're one of them. Can't pick yourself because you're exiled, but it's kind of cool because it's like, I know both of you and you are both twats anyway. You're my brothers. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I was kicked off the call.
Oh, welcome back. But I was saying, like
yes, I do know.
The origin for dwarfs, where it's like that
kind of
you're my brothers.
Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty?
Well, I want to be king. That's what it sounds.
Oracle's up ahead. Be ready for anything. There you are. You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys? Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations.
But yeah,
Nevertheless, I am impressed.
Like,
as to whether I killed them.
Spoilers, Jax.
Well,
that's kind of telegraphed throughout the game. When you play it the second time, you realise it. It's because you said you don't care anymore.
When the soul is broken upon the
when you get to a certain point in the game, after killing the first of the gods, and by the way, you don't kill the first of the gods like halfway through the game. You kill the first of the gods towards the end of the game, at the beginning of the end.
They have entered a state of change.
You actually finally get to kill one.
The impetus
but
was mine.
when you that Solus basically reveals that he's been tricking you the entire time.
If one were to take your expansive view and the expedition had encountered the wheel, then yes, they would be alive.
Basically, Solus tricked you into trying to mould you into someone that the prison would accept in his place.
You see, I have given them the opportunity.
Because start of the game, when you disrupt the ritual, he gets trapped in the prison he was trying to make and move the two gods that escaped to. And because you disrupt the ritual, they get out. He gets trapped.
Give them a new commission.
And he's incredibly pissed.
The redemption of a god.
Yeah, but turns out he used blood magic on you so he could, have a link and talk to you while he was trapped here. That he detests blood magic, remember? But that's not the big thing. The big reveal is that as you're going through this prison, you have to deal with your character's regrets, because you're like the first one being the companion that one of your companions that you'd picked earlier in that mission to do like a thing, and then they get kidnapped by one of the gods. And then the second one being whoever you chose to lead the second team of your companions, them sacrificing themselves. And dying. And then the third part is because Varric's always talks to you while it's happening in your head, and you're like, the third part is, I think you know, kid. I think you know. And it's the reveal of the start of the game. Varric died. And the whole time you've been speaking to Solus, using the fact that you didn't realise he was dead, using basically a ghost of Varric to basically trick you and help mold you. And it's like, when you go back and play the game the next time, you realise that every time he talks in any conversation, only Rook acknowledges him, no one else does. And then it makes sense now what I was like, because I was wondering why, my first playthrough, I was wondering why Harding was in such a bad mood at the start of the game, why she was blaming herself for something, because as far as Varric got hurt, as far as Rook knows, and Nev being down. And then it's like, when I replayed it the second time, I was like, oh shit, Rook's the only one who doesn't know, who has it. It's like, yeah, I'm like, okay, I now know that Rook doesn't know, and I'm like, she's beating herself up because she let him die.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, no one else ever, everyone else mentions stuff mentions always mentioning him in past tense, and I'm like, how did I not notice this in the first time I was playing the game? And I'm like, that is good storytelling in my opinion. This is why I'm like, it's obvious that he's dead from the start of the game, and I'm like, no, it's really not when you first play through it, because you're so immersed in the story, you think, he's got hurt, and it's just he's got hurt, and then it's like, oh god, he's dead.
It's like
and do you know the funny thing is, I actually cried at that bit and went, I'm going to kill you now. I'm going to kill Solus now. Solus is dead. It's just like, I'm going to kill him. I don't care that there's a chance of redeeming him. He dies now.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I bet it's like in Bioshock. If you ever played Bioshock.
I played both Bioshock. I played both the first two. I've not played the third one. I've also played the original, the games that they are clearly, the game that they are, that are technically, we've now realised are all in the same somewhat universes.
From them, no, but
the same premise. There's always a girl. There's always a city.
It is a wound.
Just the last time, the city was a space station.
Yet it gapes as large.
Yeah, that is kind of the. By the time you've played the third game, you kind of realise that.
Is to atone.
There's something.
We must give him a mortal consciousness.
In the first game, there is a big key point as to why you're doing a lot of stuff, and you find that actually
and the Saints' War
you've been brainwashed the whole time.
To the horrors he will sow across Aora.
Which you can't even remember how the game
Even
plays.
the Redeemer needs redemption.
And it's
even the
very,
gods
very
must be
good.
held to account.
And it, like I say, that cult when they finally tell you that the big reveal, I was shocked. I was like, no fucking way. That's come out.
Do you carry the relic?
Because they flash back all the points in the game where it's like,
excellent.
Oh shit.
The relic
still,
you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him.
And it's so annoying how
obvious
the
events at Ukaizo, he would speak
what
to
that
me
reveal is
through
at the
it.
end.
He speaks to me no longer.
But it's thing is, like, even though the reveal, when you replay the game a second time, you can see how obvious the reveal is, right? But when you play it the first time, it's not.
When it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into
like,
it.
okay, this is actually, you've done this correctly.
Be trapped, locked into the reliquary with a chorus. All the wrong he has done.
But yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, it was one of those things. Also, by the way, if you heard the random thing, it was because I accidentally forgot that we weren't on the correct streaming thing where I can see the chat while we're streaming. So I've been on this for like an hour. I apologise. This is because we also now use this to record due to our previous recording software breaking for our other show that, you know, the next episode of that show goes up tomorrow and goes up every Friday. There will be a short break in the campaign that me and Lexi are doing, I believe, for Mech Warrior Assault due to some issues with that, issues that are going on between us, going on at the moment. But we should get that campaign. That campaign will start back up from where we left off as soon as we can. That's on hold temporarily, but we have some great showcase episodes for you coming up this week and next week, and over the next couple of weeks. I think you'll enjoy them. Oh yeah, some really good games. Some good games that we are going to revisit, and I'm going to actually put in the background of this episode. We might do a live showcase sometime for one of these. Now, but like I was saying, like when a reveal in a story is good, like when it's really good, like even though it's obvious, it's really good. It's obvious, but you don't realize it until it happens, and like and you go back analysing bits of the film or bits of the game or whatever it is, and you're like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
100%, yeah. I mean, I still say to this day one of the best shock reveals in film.
Me? If I ever suggest helping some crazy
Jigsaw laying on the floor
to life
in
for
Saw
religious
1.
reasons, please kill me then and there.
Absolutely genius.
Look, I'm all for
And
second
all the
chances,
information
but
is
restoring the god who started the Saints' War and left a trail of corpses in Deadfire, even I can see that's a bad idea.
Okay.
And I can't imagine a worse fate than spending an eternity as one of those poor souls.
Video game reveals. I mean, there are.
I've heard. I can
really
change them
good ones,
before.
obviously, but I mean, I'm trying to think of any as good as the ones we have already mentioned.
Aethys is weak, if he persists at all. He expended tremendous soul energy manifesting in the body of Moros Nua and marching it across the Deadfire. By the time he reached Ukaizo,
but yeah,
he was
like
spent
good stories are
and used
really.
the very
It's getting
last
harder
of
to
his
find
powers
games that
destroy
are
the wheel.
good stories, though. I will bet.
Not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like,
the god
it's
that
rare.
is
Like
left
last
for
year,
the wisp
Veilguard's
of
the only
purpose.
game I will admit I started playing and
Through the
finished like instantly.
It is
If you get what I
that
mean.
wisp I will
Like I picked
capture.
up, couldn't put it down. This game so far, seems like it's the same thing. I've picked it up. I just want to play it again. Like, I was at work today and I was doing my other stuff in real life today and working, and suddenly I was like, I kind of want to play that Avowed, but I can't because I have to wait till I finish work. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah.
It's good to have a game like.
It's hard to find games like that these days, I'll be honest, because it's very rare I find a game I want to come back and I want to play.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But when you find, like I say, when you find one though, it's sometimes.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things.
I'm currently having. I'm currently having a good time with Starfield.
Thank you. Once you have placed the
once I finally got over that hump of
together,
those first few missions, and I mean, I've made so many new characters until finally it sort of just hit me. It was kind of like the first time I played Fallout. I absolutely hated it. But for some reason, I kept coming back to play it, and I kept getting lost in the same thing. And working out how the maps work is so annoying. And then one day, it all just snapped.
And my lord will return to face justice.
What can't I do?
Yeah, that's a good point. What can't you do? To be fair, that's the question I asked myself in Baldur's Gate 3 when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3.
A good game, that should be the question you have in a good game.
Yeah. What can't I do at this point? This game, I was not expecting the ability to parkour, and I was not expecting the fact that I was that I got a gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I get gun and I get to parkour. What? And it was like, oh, the spider design is really cool. The enemy designs are really cool. And I think I said this before when I was about spiders in games to you before the other day, that I think actually there is a mark against, like, it sounds weird because I am an arachnophobe. I am terrified of spiders in real life. Okay? Mm-hmm. For context for people, that anyone listening, I am terrified to death of spiders. But, right, in the case of Veilguard, an actual thing that I think is a thing against it, like a mark against the game slightly, is...
Are you there? No, it's not working.
So
small cheeses.
It's that without the spiders, it's like, it's kind of like, oh, there's not as...
Something is wrong.
It's not as
yeah, it's missing something.
It's got a little bit of a missing something because it's like as an arachnophobe, it's actually kind of, it's cathartic to fight spiders in games for only one reason.
Yeah.
I get to crush the very thing that generally, if I find one in my room, I'm terrified. And usually someone has to come and kill the damn thing.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, it's like, oh no. It's like, it's a minor thing. Like, I will say it's a minor thing against the game, but...
It is something that is noticeable. It's how you would play the game.
Yeah. It's how...
I get that. I completely get that.
But yeah, I don't know why I have to fight the Oracle. I'm trying to help him and resurrect his god.
They don't know their fault. That's their fault. They don't know their fault.
Well, I figured out what I did wrong. I forgot to light up the other two things before I lit up, you know, before I, pulled the lever.
You did what you did.
Apparently it triggered a combat with him.
Did. They do that. I hear they do that.
I mean,
Coming from the rear.
Yes, Garrus, coming from the rear. It's what Garrus just said. It's what Kai just said. They're coming for the rear.
Yeah, it's never not going to be Garrus. They've lost their character name.
Yeah, they have. It's just, hi, Garrus Vicarian. Why are you back in my life again? That damn smile. It's always that damn smile, Garrus.
You were dead. You were dead to all of us.
So I guess I'm not even trying to kill you. I'm just trying to trying to help you, and you're trying to kill me, man.
You're causing the biggest problem.
Oracle's dead, so can we leave now, or...?
Hear us. Follow us. We would speak to you.
Not bad, Marius.
The voice wants to speak to me. Okay.
It wakes. A host. Form-giving life. One day when we are free, we could return here, dwell in this body, feel the earth again. But it is a sprout. Fragile. It must sleep here undisturbed. A secret you could keep. Tell us, will you give us this gift? A vessel to hold the Adra strains. It's a essence like mud. We cannot swim here. Breathe this obstruction.
Hey, Envoy. Back with us?
Yes. I'm trying to find the last set of lightning wires. Ah, over here.
What is burned cannot prosper.
Well, the other thing we should probably
Whoops.
guess is the big movie that came out this week.
Ah, yes.
Which I have seen. Yeah, so Captain America 4 came out.
Yes, it did. It was
Brave
very...
New World. It was interesting. I
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Film.
It does. It wasn't. It's one of those films that I think would have been a lot more fun if it was a flat out, almost like a suspense thriller. Like you're trying to work out these things are happening. You're trying to find out who's organising them, and then you come all the way back to find out it's this guy who we find out who it is. Without spoiling too much, but that's great because you've caught him at the worst possible time because he's actually meant to be big guy. And then that's when you get the big reveal. And in this case, we know what the big reveal is because we've seen it in the trailers. It's a Red Hulk. Again, that shouldn't have been a big reveal. That shouldn't have been a reveal. That should have been a big reveal as a shock when you watch it.
Oh yeah. The Red Hulk reveal should not have been the...
But there's a couple of interesting things that people have pointed out. Is a load of the weird dangling story threads in a lot of the previous Marvel films it could easily now be explained by the fact that the leader and Thunderbolt Ross have been causing problems the whole way along.
Yep.
And there's a couple of great explanations on this online with this theory, and actually it does hold some sort of weight.
Giving life. One day when we are free,
and especially seeing like when you actually look, a lot of times there has been problems with all the events, and also them getting the things that they need in a weird way is down to Ross. And well, actually, if he's got someone that can almost see multiversally.
Oh yeah, what the leader being able to see the multiversal side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is also the end credit scene has basically confirmed. It has confirmed a theory that me and you have been talking about in this show multiple times.
We must consider this.
I think you can agree with us that we've been tatting it out multiple times on this show.
Oh yeah. There's going to be some sort of battle well incursion thing. I think it's been kind of greatly established that was what we were going to get. What is interesting though is that I kind of think the leader's going to have to be an important role in the next load of films. I think he's going to be around a lot. Because he is technically an organic version of Kang's time computer that you saw in Ant-Man.
Oh yeah.
So I'm wondering if he's going to have to be a de facto Avenger, helping him out. It'd be quite funny.
We call ourselves the Thunderbolts. We can't use that name.
It's currently being used.
The Oracle might have been a creepy, murdering Corbin, but he sure kept a nice home.
Guess his work on that statue didn't leave much time for renovations.
Yeah, I can't unhear Garrus now whenever Kai speaks, and it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's just like, all I can hear is Garrus speaking to me, and it's kind of like...
Never thought I'd be so relieved to see paradise.
Well,
I landed on a bear!
Let's go catch up with him.
I landed on a fucking bear then. But
take a moment, people.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The end credit scene. I enjoyed the end credit scene because to me it was like, yep, we've just set up the theory that me and Jack's been talking about for fucking ages since the start of us doing this podcast about the what's coming in the MCU. You know.
We're right.
Welcome to Battle World and welcome to Doom. I have realised something. I don't have a grimoire equipped anymore.
Oh no.
Worth and rot.
Keep quiet.
I broke a gate.
Sorry, I'm a bit silent now. I'll be stealing shit.
Watch yourself.
Sorry, what?
This is my favourite. In Starfield, one of my favourite things to do is just find some pirates and steal ships. Mostly by trading up their craft.
Okay, I like my new sword. Because it sets things on fire. And I like to watch the world burn. Boink! Oh no, I've been incapacitated. It's a shame. I should second wind. Doink. I'm not very good with swords because I don't have them trained, like leveled up or anything. I cast gun. And that never gets old, by the way.
I was just getting warmed up.
Never gonna. No, it's a magical turn.
It's the fact that it's a game with magic, sword, sorcery, all the shenanigans. You gave me a goddamn pistol. I'm going to use the I cast gun. Casting this really powerful spell, going, oh yeah, do shut. I cast gun, bang. Whoops, the wizard's dead.
It is that weird thing in a Dungeons and Dragons sort of setting, is that you've got, you know, it's quite funny enough. It's like mage spending a few seconds, like chanting away to get his spell to work. But in that meantime, a gangster just walks up behind him and taps him in the arse. You know, it doesn't matter how magical a spell you've got if you've got a bullet in between your eyes.
I've got everything but primal flames to do that. That's damn. But I can actually now upgrade that weapon. Nice. Can I upgrade my great hammer yet? Nope. I need more iron end stuff. But I could upgrade that, or I could upgrade my pistol. Let's actually upgrade the pistol because making the pistol do more damage is a good idea. Because like if I get it to fine, the first level of fine, it just that's not that. To get the pistol to the first level of fine, look at the fuck off. It does 69 damage immediately.
Nice, good number.
Good number. No, but look at I love the fact that even the pistol's model changes as you level it up. Like right now, it looks kind of cool. Then it gets the fine one. It looks like a proper flintlock pistol. You know, like then it's like a golden one, and then like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they've done. I actually kind of like that they've done the whole enemies come in 3 varieties thing, though. Like 4 varieties of common enemies, fine enemies, exceptional enemies, and then superb enemies. And you need the right gear to deal with them. Like,
yes, I mean, it would be nice though to be able to get that gear.
Well, I can get it. I can technically get it a little bit quicker by doing stuff like, I don't need these common swords, yeah.
Yeah.
All these pistols that I've not leveled up, so I just break them down.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise you could do that. I thought it was kind of you trying to get it via loot.
No, you can break certain older stuff down. Problem is that like this armor that I'm wearing, if I broke it down, it gives me pelt and Paradisian ladders, which is why I actually need to level up this. I need the Paradisian ladders to level up. I need 10. It's a plan. But yeah. This sword already started off at +2, so I can make it +3 straight away. Does it actually change appearance as it gets higher? Okay, so I see. There are 5 tiers, and only unique items, I'm guessing, can become a legendary item. If you look, there we go. It's got something in the middle of the video, in the middle of the live stream about this game. I do quite like Last Light of the Day as a melee weapon, but I'm more partial to my giant common great hammer because it does 93 damage a hit. But it'll be upgraded to a fine great hammer next, which does 111 damage a hit. Technically, I could make them do more damage because I could level up my might when I level up.
By the way, I never met that Orlin girl before in my life.
What Orlin girl?
You remember. The one in the camp in Shadow Peaks? With the thing on her head?
Oh, yeah. Nice eyes, chipped tooth. Thinking about her again, huh?
You thought we had a past or something. But I'd never seen her before in my life.
We could see her again if you want. I think she liked you.
Well, anyway, just wanted to clear that up. Yeah, a good talk.
I like these two.
Like the broodings.
Just gotta work on your small talk. I like the banter. Like I already immediately went, yeah, I like these guys. They've got banter between each other. Like they even occasionally talk while we're wandering about as well, which is kind of nice. It's not just silence.
I do like that amongst companions. Otherwise, it can just get very boring.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a quest here. Yeah, the fast travel, I quite like that in the fast travel, and this is, it's only specific spots you can fast travel to. It's not like I can just go anywhere. It's...
Mm-hmm.
Now, apparently this might not be the only map, considering the fact that it goes the Living Land map as well. I'm hoping it's not the only map, because this game does it. Because I would love for this map to be big.
Oh yeah, I mean, you hardly explored the game yet, so I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the Envoy!
Envoy, hey!
I swear, I owe you the world.
I owe her the world. She saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on their way?
No. Oh, gods. Does she mean...
They didn't make it off, Rick. I'm sorry.
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you didn't try?
What happened?
That godless
The scam.
What?
Right. So it could have been worse.
They probably went quickly. If that helps.
I can't understand this.
Hey, Offric, hey, listen. We always knew that was a risk, right?
Told
ourselves.
Are they twins?
Better to go out at the bottom of the world, or the top.
I'm going to assume so.
Dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge
Yep,
it?
they're twins.
They look like
Is
me.
the Oracle
They're
dead?
twins.
At least they got justice.
And I got my brother back.
Don't be a babe.
He's very good.
You would have been fine without me.
I mean,
What
in
I
all
mean
games
to
you've
say
had,
is,
actually,
we're grateful, Envoy.
we've been very lucky. Actually, with the graphics and stuff. Anyway.
Oh, that reminds me.
Yep.
I wanted to give you
Do this. Is it money?
It belonged to our grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps when we were...
That's the money.
I
got
If
it.
you're up,
Yeah.
I wish things had turned out better for the rest of their crew, but I'm glad they made it.
I want to go to the Merchants District.
Just fine. I'm sure of it.
One of
Murder
them may even
district.
get a...
No, Merchant.
Oh, merchant.
Unfortunately, I can't kill random people in this game, I found out. Only enemies.
Is that a big problem to you?
That means I can't murder and steal everyone's gear.
That's it.
Ooh, fine grimoire of the elements. See, we can buy fine gear. I could buy Beowulf's. Oh yeah, that's me. Thanks, mate. I need that. I want the blacksmith in this town, in this place. So, is there a blacksmith here, or do I have to go somewhere else to get the blacksmith? Do I have to go back out of the city to get the blacksmith? You know, for a market district, there's not very many stalls here, is there? Just remind me.
Welcome back.
You know, I just realised I forgot to do.
What's that?
So I killed a dude, didn't I? That was a bounty target.
Okay.
I forgot to grab his ear or something. Oh, that's a good fun. That's going to be fun. Good news is I can just teleport there and get back quickly. Whoops. I made a mistake, basically. But before I do that, I'm going to go back over here, because apparently... Oh, there's a merchant there and a merchant there. Ow. So there's a merchant... Okay, considering the fact that she wants me to buy stuff from her because she wants to prove her sister wrong, I'm going to guess the other merchant that's on this side, yep, is the sister.
You there. You look like you know your way around... hello. I heard what happened. I see why you'd want to protect yourself.
Well, I walked into town and someone shot me. It was the best bit ever. It's like, you walk through the gate, it goes cutscene, it's like triggers you to a first-person cutscene, and all you see is the telltale sign of an arrow being fired, and then your character looks down at their chest, and there's an arrow in their chest. And then just falls over, and you're like, well, that's an intro to the game when I finished the intro quest. You just got shot and killed immediately. What the fuck happened? Ooh. I have enough.
Well, that's why I did, weirdly enough, in one of my favourite stories about D&D, in this one that these people have made themselves D&D characters, but then due to the DM being a dick and magical in some manner, he sends them into the game as their characters. And at one point, one of them gets a ballista bolt.
Oh my god, have you seen the animation?
Gets a ballista bolt through his chest and just standing there. And they're like, how are you not dead? Like, well, what do you mean? Doesn't even hurt. Weird. And they look at his character sheet and he's got like 200 HP. And I'm like, what did you do? How did you get 200 HP? Well, remember, I was told I was got 200 HP. I got 200 XP. Ah! And then the character just falls to the floor and he starts bleeding out. Because the DM's noticed the problem. And he's now retroactively changed it.
Is that like what I did to your character sheet the other night?
No, not really, no. Because in this case, he went from having like 250 HP points with a ballista bolt sticking out of his chest to having 10 HP and a ballista bolt sticking out of his chest.
Well, he was dead.
Yeah, exactly. So that's had to find a way of reviving and fixing all his HP. It's fun. It's a good set of skills.
Also, Geronimo. But yeah, Avowed. I'm generally enjoying this game. Fantasy RPGs. I will say I'm more into sci-fi, like Starfield. A lot of people hate, for some reason. A lot of people give Starfield a lot of shit. Going, oh, it wasn't that good. It was kind of boring. But like, it has been getting slightly better. But I'm like, I was sat there going in my head just when I'm thinking about a lot of the people. I was like, you overhyped the game and then you got disappointed because the game wasn't as amazing as you yourself hyped it up to be before it came out. If that makes sense.
Yeah, completely.
And I was like, it's a product of you overhyping the game, thinking it's going to be amazing, and it wasn't. Whereas I was like, it's a Bethesda game. All I expected was Skyrim or Fallout, but space. What did I get? Fallout, but space, basically. I got
pretty much.
Yes,
not an apocalypse.
Originally, it was actually going to be there, like they were going to link it apparently to Fallout and have the Earth be the Earth from the Fallout universe. But then they decided to go with a lot more realistic stuff. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
like
that would kind of have been a fun move.
It would have been a fun move. Like, and it's like the reveal being that
actually Vault-Tec did have a lot more stuff going on in
Welcome
space.
to our shrine.
And those one group of ghouls were correct.
It's a good shrine. It'd be a shame if I was to shoot this breakable object in front of me that's really tempting to shoot, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be good.
Murderers!
How awful.
Not
to worry.
I will do it. I'm trying my best.
Oh, the assassins know I'm coming for them. And guess what, guys? I got a gun. I got a rifle. What's the rifle again? Magic missile level 4 again, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, magic missile level 2.
Johnny.
I did have a whole list.
What do I know?
Welcome to the temple. You can't go in there.
Yep. Oh, shut up, Ellie. Okay, that did a lot of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, so a rifle is on magic missile level 2.
Hello there. God, man, lady.
Unmagic missile level 5.
I'm actually enjoying the fact that I have to. I don't mind that I have to reload after a shot. It makes sense. It's an aquabus, not a, an arquebus, not a. Hey, look, you're on fire. I wonder why that is. She got mad because I opened the cistern. Because she's a dirty rebel.
Yeah,
I already got the cistern key. It's time. To the cistern. We're gonna have to kill a bunch of rebels. Well, she's like a boss, so she's a mini boss, so you know, she's being a higher level is fine. But yeah, now. Why have I got my pistol?
Thick darkness and a smell that peels your eyes back. Reminds me of home.
No, I just skipped a bath.
Garrus, shut up. it's the fact that it's Garrus' voice actor. My brain's now just like, nope, Kai, it's not Kai, shut up, it's Garrus, shut up. I feel bad for him because, like, he's a good actor and he's a really good voice actor. But he's forever ingrained in my brain now as Garrus Vicarian. And that's the problem. Boom! Headshot! Oh no, I killed someone. Whatever will I do? Magic missile. Sorry. Magic missile followed up by unmagic missile. I'm never gonna not enjoy that too much. It's too funny.
I think a very useful combo.
Hand grenade followed by unmagic missile. Followed by me healing because I need to heal. Oh shit, I have no healing potions. Headshot, motherfucker. I think she had a shocking revelation. Well, headshot.
These people aren't trained assassins. They're just regular people with weapons.
You're trying to kill us. What else do you need to know?
Where their heads at? Because I want to shoot it. What's that? I have. Oh, that's really good. You just remember the "Where's Your Head At" song.
Sorry, that got stuck in my brain. What was that? What was that movie song for? I've got a vague feeling it was for.
It was for.
Tomb Raider?
What? Where's Your Head At?
Yeah.
That song was for. That song was. I remember it from Dick and Dom.
Yeah, but that was.
And BBC. Where's your head at? Where's your head at?
Was it like a chemical
I don't know. That's places I remember it from. I don't remember it from anything else.
Oh, it's Basement Jack.
Wait, you wrote it in your basement?
I did.
Dude, why did you run into that Garrus?
Watch out. Pressure plates on the floor.
Got pressure plates, my
if you
friend.
want help burning through that, just say the word. Ready, aim.
Well, there's spider webs here, which means there's probably a spider down here. Wood crawlers.
Here they come. Show me what you got. To your left.
Oh no.
Be your sake!
Headshot.
Everybody all right?
Mm-hmm. But anyway, Jax, I think. Is there anything else you want to discuss before we end today's podcast?
Be ready.
Yes, that the basement. Where's Your Head At by Basement Jaxx is on the official movie soundtrack for Tomb Raider.
Okay. So it is Tomb Raider that you. It was.
There we go. It was.
But yeah. Yeah. I will say, fantasy RPG is really fun. I'm enjoying this one. Probably in 2 weeks, I will probably still be playing this game, most likely. And there's a few times I get to play video games for a bit.
Very true. It does seem very interesting. Once it's loaded up on the
More blessed spiders. Fui meio. Here it comes.
Right, I have flame sword. I'm remembering I have a flaming sword.
Only just remembering you have a flame sword?
Well, yeah. I do forget things. Just setting spider eggs on fire.
Talking about forgetting things.
Yeah.
I think this game just forgot the layout I set for my ship. Because I've just got I can't work out how to get around. And I've been getting on and off it now for at least 4 weeks with no issues. It's like it's scrambled up all the internal components to turn it into a maze.
Man.
Quite funny.
Did you make a decision? But did you make a calculated decision? But are you bad at maths?
But no, it's not my fault. I truly believe it's
Here we go.
There's sticky electrical.
Apparently, the dude that tried to kill me, by the way, is asking for my forgiveness. Those are good spiders.
Be your sake!
It's all those things in mind.
Time to rally.
I got killed.
Be your sake!
Let's see what you got.
Been on fire. But yeah.
What about these spiders? Are they threatening enough for you?
The spiders are just trying to survive. Maybe these people are too.
Guns. Not this saga again.
I sense a Marius lecture coming.
Since a Marius lecture coming. Okay. I like that because these two characters already have history, though. I will say before we go, Jax, that I like because these two characters have history, right? we are very much, these two characters having like nice banner in these missions. I like that they're discussing the enemies and stuff we fight, and it's not just like idle chatter. It's like it's actually, are the spiders more of a threat for you? Because Kai was complaining about the humans not being a threat, and it's like, yeah, this is pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to say goodbye to everyone on the stream. Anyone watching, I'm afraid we're going now. So say goodbye, Jax.
Yeah. Goodbye, Jax.
Goodbye, Jax. Goodbye, everyone. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time.